Hi, and welcome to Craft Along with Jay. I am so glad you clicked on my video. Today we'll make some spring and Easter DIYs. First you need some fabric, and I got that from Walmart, a little purse Easter basket thing from the Dollar Tree, some jute twine, some flower picks, that's from the Dollar Tree, and a small piece of cardboard. And the first thing I do is trace around the bottom of my little basket. And then I'll cut that out. And then just make sure that it will fit. And then I take all this little tinsel stuff off the basket. It comes off really easily. And the little Easter eggs at the top as well. And then I'll glue the cardboard to the bottom of the basket and then trim it up um, to fit. Yep, just like that. And then I'll take some jute twine and I'll start at the edge of the cardboard and go around the edge all the way around and then start working my way up the basket all the way to the top. It's a tedious job, but it will look really nice at the end. You'll see. And yes, the glue is hot. And there we made it halfway up. You can see it made a big difference from what it looked like before. So much better. We'll keep going to the top. Just like that. And then we'll start on the handles. Just a dab of glue and then wrap it around a few times and then another dab of glue and wrap it around a few times. And you keep going till you get to the other side of the handle. Just like that. And then I'll cut a piece of the fabric out, like right around the bunny's face. And then I'll cut it to size the way I want it to look on my little basket. And once I've gotten that done, I start fraying the edges all the way around, just so it looks a little worn, not so crisp and neat. And then once you get to that point, you get some antique wax out and just age it up a little bit. I went around the edges and then a little bit across the face, just to kind of go with the basket, kind of rusticy, farmhousey. And then you just hot glue that right to the front of the basket. And this should look something like that. And then I just put some floral foam into the basket in the middle and start cutting some pieces of the flower bush and kind of add it in. You kind of make it as full as you want. I kind of decided to fill it up so you couldn't see the floral foam. Just add a little extra in there. There we go. And I'm quite pleased with it. This is what it looks like. And here we some have, well, what is that? Antique white and some wood cut up bunnies, um, a square wood piece, and some antique wax. The first thing we do is take all the bunny tails off, and then we'll paint with the white on the bunnies and the square wood piece and the four little beads you see on my table. Then I'll take some antique wax and I'll distress it all the way around and across on the square and also the bunnies and the wood pieces. The bead pieces, I'm sorry. And on the edges too. If you don't like distressing, just skip this step. That's kind of what I liked and I wanted to do that day. And then once you've done that, I take a little wood glue and some hot glue and put it on each little bead and add it to the bottom of the wood square. Make it into a little riser. You just need very little, just so it doesn't ooze out from the bottom. Once the wood glue dries, it will hold on really well. There we go. And then we'll do the same thing to the bunnies. First, I'll glue the little cottontail back on, and then I'll take a little wood glue and a little hot glue to the bottom of the bunny, and then glue it all the way around the wood square. Like that. Just have to hold it in place until the hot glue dries. And then you just repeat the same steps all the way around. I forgot his little tail, so I'm adding that now. And then I accidentally pushed a little too hard, so it popped off. So I had to re-glue that back on. We're making progress. And there we go. And you could put anything in there. An LED candle, any kind of decor pieces. I think that looks really nice. And then for this last DIY, we need an oval wood piece from Walmart. Just disregard the napkin. I end up not using it. A mold, and I'll use that bottom one. Some sky blue acrylic paint, some clay, and some baking soda. First thing I do is paint the wood oval with the sky blue paint. It's a really, really pretty blue. I like it. What do you think? Isn't that pretty? And you just need one coat. It has really good coverage. I even had a little too much and had to kind of wipe some of it off. And while that's drying, I'm adding just a little baking soda into my mold. It helps getting the clay out once I'm done without any of the clay sticking to the inside of the mold when you pull it out. Just kind of warming it up, playing with it a little bit, getting it ready. Just kind of smooth it out, then start pressing it into the mold. You got to press it down pretty hard just to make sure it gets all the way to the bottom of the mold so you can see each little design of the flowers and the leaves. And I just start picking around the edges. Got a little too much. And then just easily just bend the mold back and pull it out. And I still felt like it had a little excess on around the edges, so I took a little skewer and just start pulling away some of the excess at the bottom and around the edges. And then once I've done that, I take some wood glue and add it to the bottom of the clay and then glue it onto the wood round. And the clay is not completely dry yet, but it's okay. It's still holding its shape. I just kind of glue that down. And while that's drying, I I got these window clings instead of the napkins. Kind of wanted some bunnies on there. And I just kind of figuring out my placement. I got two butterflies as well that I want to add on. They were a little hard to get off. And then my fingers seemed like they're a little on the sticky side. I had a hard time. Hard time with that butterfly, as you can see. Then once I figure out the placement and I'm happy with it, I'll take some Mod Podge and start um, brushing that on from the bottom and working my way up. And then once I've done that, I give it a coat on top as well, just to seal it in. It won't go anywhere, it's stuck. There you go. Then I had this Easter garland that I got from Hobby Lobby, and I decided to add that to to the edge around the oval shaped wood round. It actually gave it a nice pop of color and it looked really nice. I like it. There, we made it all the way around. You see, I'll just show it to you here in a second. You'll see it looks really nice with the extra color around. And that's what it looks like so far. So the next day I went ahead and um, painted the sky blue on top of the clay because it was all dry and set now. And I just use a small brush so I can get into the crevices. So just take your time with it and get that painted really well. You don't want any clay showing. Then once I've done that, I put it to the side and let it dry for a little bit. It dries pretty quickly. And then I'll come back with some white paint and a chippy brush and I'll give it a light dry brushing just to kind of give it definition. You'll see it's going to look really nice once you go over it with a little white. You just need very little on your brush and you can already see it coming out. Looks so pretty. There you go. What do you think? Let me know down in the comment box below. And here they all are. I want to thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you liked this video. Don't forget to subscribe and give me a thumbs up. And until next time.